Hello everyone, it's Felicity. Welcome back to another book video. That was gross. I didn't like the way that came out. Today we are going to get interrupted by my husky a lot. But we are also going to talk about what I read last month and what I'm hopefully going to read this month. So I don't have the book with me, but because it was a library book, but I finished finally Sword Heart by T. Kingfisher, and I really liked it. It was very sweet, but there was something that I wish happened. I wish that they figured out a way to get Sarkis out of the sword, instead of just, having him marry the main girl, which I forgot her name already. Sorry. But yeah. So, yeah. That's all I've read. And yes, I am a little bit mad about it. But I've been very bad about reading lately, so that's what usually happens near around the middle of the year. I start to lose my reading ability, I guess. Anyway, this month I have a challenge for myself. The majority of all of what I'm hopefully going to be reading this month are library books, because I decided to splurge on library books, and yeah. So, right now, what I am currently reading, if I could get to it, because my husky has decided to play fetch with the donkey. What I'm currently reading, finally, which I was gonna read, was gonna read this last month, but I started it right after I finished Sword Heart, so I'm currently reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is the first Hunger Games book I actually have ever read. I've only ever seen the movie, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes movie. That's it. Yeah, I just got hit by my husky. Anyway, do not get near the books, dude. Those are not mine. Okay. Well, anyway, like I was saying, I've only ever seen the movie for this, and I have not even seen the original Hunger Games trilogy movies either. I've seen, clips of them. So far I'm on, chapter 9, 10, 9. Learning a lot about Coriolanus that I don't really want to learn because I don't want to sympathize with him. Just how rude. Anyway, I always say if you are trying to make somebody very unlikable, don't give them a backstory, because you're gonna make them like people like him. So yeah, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So, to start off my library book challenge, my library, has a good selection of fantasy books that I found, and some are on my list to read in general, some are not. The first one that we're going to be reading after I finish about The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes will be a book talk special. Everyone on Book Talk at least knows about this book. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, because luckily my library had it. I've heard that this is basically a Beauty and the Beast retelling of some sort. I don't know. But, yeah, I decided to finally pick it up. I was like, you know what? I've seen it everywhere. The fan art looks good. And there's some of the merch, not merch, but fan merch that people make for it on Etsy. And I'm like, I want to have it, but I've never read it, so I don't know if that's allowed. So, yeah. Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. The next one I will be reading, which I have heard of this author before, but I've never read anything from her, and that is this is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I have no clue. I picked it up at the library yesterday. And it seems interesting. I like the cover. So, yeah. I know she has a popular one of Fate Inked in Blood. I've never read that one. But like I said, I've heard about her, so let's hope this is really good. The next one, I actually technically should be reading this one before A Court of Thorns and Roses, but for some reason I'm in the mood to read that one first. Alright, go get your donkey. And this one is Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan. And this one, I actually do know what it's about. It's about this girl who imagines her life in a fantasy book, but she somehow gets transported into a fantasy book. But instead of being the heroine that usually gets the guy, she gets transported as the villain instead. And I think my best friend would really like this, so hopefully she sees this. I will make sure to tell her. But yeah, I feel like she would really like this book. And I feel like I would really like this book, so yeah. And I love the cover, look at that. I don't know if that's a drawing or not. I think it is. Yeah, that's so pretty. Anyway, and the last one, which I'm pretty sure I said I had this on my TBR once before as well, is Bloodguard by C.C. Robson. I don't remember what this is about, although the back is giving me Hunger Games over here, but fantasy, but more fantasy. Because it says, enter the arena, seize 2 weapons, now try to survive. So yeah, giving me Hunger Games. Which is, I've been on that kick lately, so yeah. Yeah, I've been on that kick lately, so anyway, that's my TBR for this month. I'll see you guys when I finish reading them, I guess. Bye.